Hello, my name is Jiwon Kim and I'm a Tublit tutor currently majoring in Food and Animal Biotechnology in Seoul National University. Well, I currently teach AP Calculus, AP Statistics, and SAT Math, but I'm also preparing to teach AP Psychology and AP Microeconomics, my AP Macroeconomics soon. Well, right after I got accepted into Seoul National University, I started tutoring students. Usually those students who are attending international schools here in South Korea. And one of the students, I tutored him for about 1.5 years. At first, his mom was very concerned about his lack of enthusiasm towards studies, but currently he was accepted into NYU. So starting from March, I've been teaching a lot of students and preparing them for the upcoming AP exam in May. And one of the memorable students that I had was the one that I met about 1.5 weeks before the actual AP statistics exam. So he actually had all the subject concepts and all the necessary information about the subject. It's just that he was not really familiar with the types of the tests. So I was kind of worried about his performance in the test, and also when we had a first mock test, he barely got a 5. So I was like, I had to make him get a certain 5, not just barely a 5. So I taught him a lot of techniques, because AP statistics exams have a lot of questions that are too long and too complicated to understand. So I taught him not to panic and just figure out what the question is asking for. So in 1 week, we had 4 consecutive classes only about FRQs, because I figured out that his weaknesses was writing clear conclusions right after solving all the steps. So after the test, he contacted me and said thank you because he was able to perform better because of me, because of the classes and all the continuous chats that we had in private messengers. So he even messaged me at 10 or 11 p.m. But I always did my best to answer as soon as possible. So I strongly recommend Tublit to students who have the enthusiasm but don't really know how to start or even how to plan the studies, because it's a one-on-one class, Tublit provides a lot of good resources, and also Tublit and the tutors provide the system that the students can follow so that they will systematically be reviewed. And also right after classes, we send our parents the feedbacks that we had in every class. So I think those strengths of Tublit will help those students who are kind of lost in their way of figuring out how to study. So one of the common misunderstandings that students have is that when they read and just understand, they think that they have mastered the topic. So I usually just try to check if the student really understood and also is really focusing on the class. So right after I finish explaining something, I quickly make a question, and if the student gets wrong, I remind him that, this concept seemed easy, but when you look at it, there are a lot of things that you can get confused with. So you really need to be careful and something like that. And also I tend to encourage the student not to be disappointed about his performance just because he got wrong in the question, because a lot of students get confused with the concept too. So I just let him know that he's not alone. So also in my high school life, I was really scared about all the uncertainties in the future. So I just want them to know that if you just keep trying hard, I know that there is nothing that you cannot do. And that was also the mindset that I had when I was studying for the AP and the SAT exams. So I hope to see you in our class or also in our campus in SNU. See you in Tublit.